boys and girls, it's Mrs. Brigatti. How's everybody doing? I hope you are all well. I'm doing a video today. I know, it's so exciting. And the video is on fractions. Right before school closed, we were hoping to teach you some fractions. So this lesson is lesson 2. And you're going to need a few things before we do this lesson. Over here on the poster, I also have some important things we have to go over. But before we do any of this, we have to go get these 3 things. So everyone needs one piece of paper, and it should be about 8.5 by 11, one pencil, and one pair of scissors. So I want you guys right now to go find those things in your house. Ask Mom, ask Dad for one piece of paper, one pencil, or one pair of scissors. So here's mine. Let me see. Here's my paper. Okay, so this is 8.5 by 11 like we use at school, like the size of our paper at school. Here's my pencil, and here's my pair of scissors. So if you guys need to pause this video, go ahead and pause it and go find these 3 things. Okay. Before we start with our lesson 2, we probably should be like, what are we doing, Mrs. Brigatti? Like, what are we learning about fractions? So over here is our goal, our math goal. And I would love someone to read it, but nobody's here to read it, so I will read it to you. It says, I can label and count unit fractions by folding a whole fraction strip into equal parts. Okay, so we're going to do a couple things here. We're going to be labeling and counting unit fractions. Is anyone going, Mrs. Brigatti, what are you talking about? What are unit fractions? Well, yesterday on Class Dojo, Miss Yeager, who is a student teacher, she did a video on what a unit fraction was. But if you don't remember or didn't see it, a unit fraction is a fraction that has a numerator of 1. So that numerator is going to be a 1. So looking up here, if I write the fraction 1/3, this is called a unit fraction. And then right now I would call on somebody else in the class and ask you for an example of what a unit fraction is. But nobody's here, but that's okay. So maybe we could say it's 1/5, or we could have 1/7, we could have 1/23, okay? These are all unit fractions because the numerator is 1. So today we're going to label and count those unit fractions using a strip of paper. So that's why we need a paper, a pencil, and a pair of scissors. Remember, a fraction shows us a part of a whole thing. So if this is a pizza, there are totally 4 parts of that whole thing, like a large pizza your mom orders for dinner tonight, and 2 of them are colored in. Those are the parts shaded, so we say 2 out of 4 or 2/4. That's the big college way to say it, right? Okay, so pencil, scissors, paper. All right, so everyone find your piece of paper. Here's mine. All right. In order for us to label and count unit fractions, it says we have to fold a whole fraction strip into equal parts. So we've got to make this paper into strips. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our paper first and we're going to fold it in half. Remember to have those corners kiss each other and touch each other the best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. And now your paper looks like this. And then you're going to fold it again, that half, so it looks like this. And then you got to fold it one more time. Now I would ask you, how many fraction strips do you think this is going to make when I unfold it? So let's see. When I unfold it, I don't know how much you guys can see this. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines, which gives us 8 equal parts. Just like when we do a tape diagram and we're creating a tape diagram, we draw 1 less line to make those equal parts. So your paper should kind of look like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now what we have to do is we need our scissors. We're going to go ahead and cut these really quick on the crease. Okay, now I'm going to stop here. I'm going to have you guys pause the video. If you need to cut all these, go ahead and do so, okay? But Mrs. Brigatti has hers cut. okay, and all ready for you. All right. So before we start, let's look over here. We have to have a fraction word wall because our job today is to label these fraction strips, and we need these words to help us label. So this fraction word wall here, this first word is half, fourth, eighth, which is really tricky to spell, third, and fifth. So we're going to use these words here to help us on our fraction strips. When we're done making our fraction strips, we're going to use these sentences to help us. Okay, but that's for later. So right now, everyone should be cutting their pieces of paper into fraction strips. So you have 8 equal fraction strips. You should have a pencil and a pair of scissors. And we're going to go ahead and start folding our first strip. Okay, so everybody take one strip. If you need more time, pause it and then come back. Okay, one strip, and we're going to fold it. And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to make this into halves. So we're going to take it and we're going to fold it like this. So the ends are equal. And we're going to open it up. And now we have 2 halves of the whole fraction strip. So what you're going to do now, and hang on, I got to get mine, is we have to label it, right? We have to label it. And we're going to label it using a unit fraction. So here's my unit fractions. So Mrs. Brigatti, what she did is I folded it in half, just like I just did with you. And then I took my marker or my pencil and I drew the line where the crease was, right in half. And then I labeled it 1/2. And then I said, oh no, I don't know how to spell a half. And then I used my word wall to help me, half. Notice that on this, I used the number 1 and the word half. I didn't use just numbers. I used a number and a word. So this is a unit fraction also, but it's just using numbers and words. That's my doggy barking. Mia, shh, you're interrupting our video. Thank you. Okay, so we have 1/2 and 1/2. So we have a labeled fraction strip with a unit fraction on each one. Are these parts equal? Yeah, they're pretty equal, right? They're supposed to be equal. They look pretty good. So we say 1/2, 2 halves. Okay, when we count them, 1/2, 2 halves. And 2 halves, 2 out of 2, equals 1 whole. So that's our first strip. Okay, then we set this down. We get a new strip. Okay, this time we have to fold this strip, because remember our goal is folding these strips to make unit fractions. We gotta put this one in fourths. So why don't you take a minute and think, how am I going to fold this so there's 4 equal parts? So how many lines would we need, or how many creases would we need? Okay, I'm going to go get mine. Here's mine. What'd you guys get? I got 1, 2, 3 lines, and that gives me 4 equal parts. So what I did was I folded it in half like the first one, but then I remembered that 2 doubled is 4. So I did this, and I folded it again. And then when I open it up, I have 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Count these with me. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. So 4 out of 4 equals 1 whole. How we doing? Okay, pause this if you need to, because if I'm going too fast, I don't want to make this video long and boring. So, okay, next strip. Get your next one. Okay, this one, guys, I want you to do 8ths. Here's that hard word, 8ths. Oh, and don't forget to label your fourths. I forgot to say that. Okay, we have to do 8ths. So we've got to make a fraction strip, this guy, into 8 equal parts. So let me think about that. If this right here was a half, and then I doubled it, 2 doubled is 4, I wonder how I could get this 4 to 8. I probably am going to have to double it again. Look at this little guy. Wow, Wow, look how tiny it is. But it's eighths and the denominator is 8. That's so weird, right? That's the weird thing about fractions. When the denominator gets bigger, the parts get smaller. And when I open it up, I know it's probably hard for you guys to see, but I have 8 little parts here. So let me go get mine. I'll be right back. Here it is. Here's 1/8. Look at all these little guys. Guess how many lines I have? 7, right? Because these 7 lines will give me 8 equal parts, right? So I have 1/8. Look how small I had to write it. I did it in black marker so you guys could see better. I hope you can see okay. And I kept using this word wall, eighth, to spell it. Because it's a hard word, eighth. All right, so now we've done 3 strips. We've done 1/2, 1/4, and 1/8. I'm going to tape these up. So let me think. I think I'll put them right here. 1/2. 1/4. And 1/8. Okay. Well, we're not done. We're almost done. But let me just check in on my goal here. Let me make sure we're doing this. Are we labeling and counting unit fractions? Yep, we labeled. We counted. Oh, I forgot to count these ones. So we'd say 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and 8/8. And we know when it's the numerator and denominator the same, they equal 1 whole. And this is 1 whole fraction strip. Okay, and did we do it by folding? We did. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to say this. If you guys are having a hard time folding and you're getting confused, it's okay. Just use the couple extra fraction strips that you have. When Mrs. Brigatti was doing this, I'm like, wait a minute, how do I do this? And I was making some mistakes. So just get a new fraction strip and try to fold it again. All right, try a new one, because that's going to happen. And are they equal parts? They look pretty equal to me, right? Okay, good. So now I have 2 more. We have 2 more fraction strips to do, and these ones are kind of challenging, so hang in there, okay? So we're going to do the next one, get a new fraction strip. Uh-oh, I'm out of my fraction strips here. Let me cut another one. All right, my next fraction strip. This one, guys, we got to fold this into thirds. Thirds. So that's 3 equal parts. So how many lines do we need? 2, right? 2 lines. Holy cow, how are we going to do that? So let me think. What if I kind of go like this? Let's open it up. Look, I got 2 lines and 3 equal parts. So let me go get my big one, my other one here with the black marker on it. Look, see? 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Okay, and it was folded like this again. Let me show you one more time. Let me open it up. We draw our lines. We labeled it and counted it as unit fractions. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Remember, the numerator always has to have a 1 for a unit fraction. Okay. All right, we got one more. Let me tape this up. Again, just pause this video if you need more time. I know I'm kind of going fast. Okay, last one. I need you guys to fold your last fraction strip, because that's what we're doing. We're folding fraction strips into equal parts. And I need you to fold it into sixths. Remember, you got to stick your tongue out at me when you say that. Sixths. Okay? So I'm thinking about what we just did, thirds. And I'm thinking about the 3, the number 3, and the number 6. And I'm thinking about how 3, if I double it, I will get a 6. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing I just did on the thirds. I'm going to go ahead and fold this like this. Thirds. And then I'm going to double it. I want to double it, so I'm going to fold it one more time. Look at that little guy. It's kind of small again. There we go again. We're in thirds. These pieces are kind of big. Let's see what these guys look like. Whoa, it's kind of close to the 8s. They got smaller. So that bigger that denominator, the smaller the piece. So crazy how fractions work like that. They try to trick us, you know. You guys know that's what they do. All right, so here's my 6th. I hope you can see this. 1 6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, 5 6, and 6 6. Holy cow, that's a lot of THs and tongues. Okay, so 6 6 equals 1 whole, so I know I did it right? Because 6 out of 6 is 1 whole fraction strip, right? All right, I think we did good. I do have a question for you, though. Suppose these fraction strips right here, see these fraction strips? You have all these in front of you, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We made 5 fraction strips. Let's pretend that those are a piece of pizza. Like, you know how when your mom orders pizza and sometimes they come in those rectangle pieces? All right. I love pizza. I'm hungry. Can you guys raise the strip, which of these fraction strips in the air, that best shows how to cut one of these into 2 equal parts with your fork? Which one of these fraction strips would give us 2 equal parts? Right, you should have raised this one up in the air, right? So if this is your slice of pizza and you cut it with your fork right here, you get 1/2 and 2/2, and they'd be equal to 2 equal parts, right? Okay. How about this question? Let's pretend that these fraction strips are pieces of ribbon, like lengths of ribbon, and you're doing like a craft project or something. Raise the strip in the air that best shows how to divide it into 3 equal parts. Which one of these fraction strips would show us 3 equal parts? Hopefully you would pick this one. Like the number 3 has the word third, right? This is equal, equal, equal. 3 equal parts, yes? Okay. All right. And the last one is very tricky. Okay, very, very tricky. All right. Now let's pretend these are our Hershey candy bars. You know how we always talk about that when we have it on our DIN, our fraction bars? I say, guys, let's pretend this is a Hershey candy bar. Look at all these and think, ooh, those are all Hershey candy bars. Which one best shows how to share your candy bar fairly with just one person? You're like, Mrs. Brigatti, I thought this was going to be hard. That's easy. That's just this one, right? But listen to my next question. Suppose, all right, you take this one here and you share it with one person. Which shows then how to share your half fairly with 3 people? With 3 people. Okay, so let's pretend, Kenzie, I know you're watching this. This is my half of the candy bar and this is Kenzie's half. And I'm going to take just my half. Kenzie keeps her half. Just my half. And I have to share just this half with 3 friends. Which one of these fraction strips shows that? Which one? Is it the 4th, the 8th, the 3rd, or the 6th? Well, let me think. I got to get this part, this 1/2, into 3 equal parts. So looking up here, where do you see from the middle point on to this way or that way has 3 equal parts? I see this one. 1/6, right? So if the middle is here and this side is Kenzie's and this is mine and I want to share this with 3 of my friends, this half, I would give each of my friend 1/6. That was a really hard question. You didn't get it, that's okay. If you did get it, that's great. Okay, I think we're done. Trying to keep this around 15 minutes. I think I'm on about 20, but if you want to, guys, you can go on to WCNY on the TV and tune in to this lesson 2. I think it was supposed to be on this morning. Not sure if the schedule seems to match, But don't worry, you can go on to Seesaw and you can see that Mrs. Brigatti posted lessons 1 to 4. Just click on lesson 2. You can watch this all again by some other person teaching it and go ahead and try the problem set. It's attached to the Seesaw. Try it and then show me, okay? All right, guys, I'm gonna go because I know this was long. I hope you guys watched this. It was good to see you, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.